Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please give a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Tyrese Haliburton had an all-time playoff performance in the biggest game of his career, and I want to take a look. So let's get into the film. All right, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come out. And Tyrese Haliburton, just like I said in the beginning, had an all-time playoff performance in the biggest game of his career with 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 steals, and probably the most impressive thing with the load that he has, the usage rate that he has, and as much as the Pacers have the ball in his hands, 0 turnovers. First player in NBA playoff history with 30 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds, and no turnovers. And this first clip, this isn't like some great assist, right? But it's just, I thought to myself, like, the Pacers are probably the best example of a team embodying the play style of their star player. Like, it just fits so perfectly how his team, the team that he plays for, is called the Pacers, and they love to go fast. They put all these athletic play finishers and shooters around him, and then you bring in a guy like Siakam that could be your shot creator in the playoffs. And this team, it fits Tyrese Haliburton so perfectly. And when this team is a well-oiled machine and they're playing with the tempo, this team is just really fun to watch. He gets the rebound, which he did well in this game, gets to Aaron Nesmith, and he hits a 3. All right, so here's another example of them embodying that play style. This isn't some like crazy pass, some crazy assist, but it just shows like how they do things, right? So Jalen Brunson gets a bucket on Aaron Nesmith, right? And before the ball is even inbounded, Tyrese Haliburton is looking down the court. He's looking for who has the advantage, and this is how they keep the pace going, right? He just takes a glance and he sees that Siakam is down the court 1v1 with Karl-Anthony Towns. 24 seconds on the clock. The ball is already at the opposite three-point line in 2 seconds. Siakam takes advantage of that and he gets a bucket. All right, so this is the start of the Pacers 77 action. They ran this so many times in this game. It got so many different things, and it's just so many options when you have a guy like Tyrese Haliburton and you have a stretch 5 and a roll man in Miles Turner. You have a guy like Aaron Nesmith that can screen in this and pop. You have Siakam that can either roll, pop, or post up. And they just got so many things out of this. Also taking advantage and poking at the Knicks not wanting Jalen Brunson to be switched on to Tyrese Haliburton and things like that. So 77 action is double drag screens. It's just 2 on-ball screens. Drag screens are usually screens that are used in transition, but a lot of teams just use drag screens in this 77 action in the half court because it is really effective if you have a good ball handler. So you got the 2 screens here, one by Aaron Nesmith, one by Miles Turner. On a regular occurrence, Tyrese Haliburton will use both of these screens, and this guy can either pop, this guy can roll, he can slip. There's just so many things they can do. But on this first one, Tyrese Haliburton is going to reject the screen, and for some reason, Jalen Brunson pops out right here, even though this was not the coverage that they were running for majority of this game. So they have a 2-on-1 situation with Aaron Nesmith and Miles Turner with Mitch Robinson. So this just turns into a natural pin down right here by Miles Turner. Aaron Nesmith is wide open for the 3 from the assist by Haliburton. All right, so in this play, not 77, but we got 2 screens here. We got Ben Shepherd setting the first one. You see the heads right there by Jalen Brunson. He hedges so Mikal Bridges can get back. The second screen here by Miles Turner, as the Knicks are fine with switching Mitch Robinson onto Tyrese Haliburton, but Mitch Robinson does not switch up into space. He switches, but he just stays where he's at, and Tyrese Haliburton takes it as enough space to pull a D3. All right, so here the Pacers run 77 again. We got Ben Shepherd running to the first screen. Then we got Miles Turner here. He's going to set the second one, and Tyrese Haliburton is going to aim to come on both of these and try to get this switch onto Mitch Robinson. So they do just that. Ben Shepherd sets the first one. Miles Turner gets out of it before Mikal Bridges gets there to force that switch. So Mitch Robinson has to step up. Tyrese Haliburton plays with his food the first time, but he gets off the ball, gets it right back. He gets back to the step back mid-range. And we all know that Tyrese Haliburton isn't the best defender, but again, he had 4 steals in this game, and just beyond that, he was really competing on that side of the floor, and the rebounding aspect, the effort that he showed in this game was just really impressive, and he really wanted to win this game. Here we got Aaron Nesmith going down to the floor out of some contact with Jalen Brunson, and he comes all the way from the hash mark to go over there, contest the shot, making sure Jalen Brunson is not going to clean look, contest twice before it's an air ball. And this is what I'm talking about. Haliburton has some real gritty rebounds. He wasn't just getting uncontested rebounds. He was boxing out. Here going against one of the best wing rebounders in the game, getting the ball, tipping it out, and getting the Pacers a fast break opportunity. All right, so here the Pacers avoid some points off the turnover. DeLon Wright makes a good steal, but he's not able to finish. And in transition, Tyrese Haliburton just walks into a 3. Like, okay, Hold on, this isn't even supposed to be about this, but Delon Wright is clearly lagging behind. He points at half court to Karl-Anthony Towns, hey, get up, stop ball. And Cat just has no, like, he doesn't want to. There's no want to stop this. Now, like, is this the best matchup for Cat? No. But damn, like, he's pointing the whole way. He probably should have said something. I don't know if he said something, but he's pointing the whole way to stop the ball. Cat doesn't want to. Tyrese Haliburton just walks right in to the top of the key three. All right, so this is the first clip of the Spain PNR series that they ran this game, and they put a little twist on this to make it their own. So, of course, Spain PNR is a type of pick and roll in which a back screen is set on a ball screener's man. So, what the Celtics do a lot, they have the on-ball screener, and then they'll have the back screen set on the on-ball screener's man. So we got Jalen Brunson is on Aaron Nesmith. He's gonna set the on-ball screen, and Miles Turner will come and set this back screen on him. This guy will roll to the basket, and this guy will pop out to the three, hopefully causing some confusion or some switches so the Celtics can take advantage of. But what the Pacers do, everything's about pace. They're trying to go as fast as possible. So what they do is they set the on-ball screen, right? And instead of this man setting the back screen, he's gonna come out, act like he's gonna set a back screen and slip, right? Everything is just super quick. So this puts this man right here in so much trouble, so much limbo, because he has to check both of these guys. He has to check the handler and the roller while backpedaling. So Turner does a nice job slipping pretty fast out of this, getting Karl-Anthony Towns to backpedal, and then he sets this Gortat screen right here so Haliburton can get this lane right here for the layup, and he makes an acrobatic finish. All right, so here we got more points off turnovers for the Indiana Pacers, and them just running, and Tyrese Haliburton just commanding this offense in transition. I don't know what Nembhard is looking at right now. The pass needs to go to Pascal Siakam, but maybe he just wanted every assist to go to Tyrese Haliburton. He gets the ball in the wing, he sees it, the no-look pass into the paint for the layup. All right, so here the Pacers are going to go to Spain PNR again. Of course, we got Aaron Nesmith setting his own ball screen. We got Tony Bradley coming up, acting like he's going to set the back screen and then slipping right to the basket really fast, just putting this man in so much limbo as he's backpedaling, trying to check two people. So, of course, Aaron Nesmith sets that screen. Tony Bradley's going to slip. And if this slip is successful, it not only puts pressure on this man who has to check the handler and the roller, but it puts pressure on this tag man, right? So if Tony Bradley gets out of here really quickly and this guy has to attend to the ball handler, this tag man here is going to try to help his teammate, of course. So he's going to slide over, and it's going to leave this man open. And as Josh Hart comes over and fully commits to tagging Tony Bradley, Andrew Nembhard does a good thing. He does some slight shake action. So shake action is in a pick and roll where there's a roller and a guy in the corner, right? So in the event that there's a 2-on-1 with the roller and a guy in the corner, this shake action is somebody rolling and the corner shooter lifting up to the wing at the same time. What this does is that this man can only check one at a time. So whichever one he chooses, the other one's going to be wide open. So let's just imagine Tony Bradley's rolling and Andrew Nembhard stays in the same spot, right? Josh Hart could potentially stop this and just run straight over here. Now, that's a long closeout. Andrew Nembhard can still get this shot off easily, but it just makes it tougher on the shake action for this defender, because if he comes from the corner and comes all the way up here, now there's absolutely no way that Josh Hart can get back from tagging this man. I say slight shake action because he just lifts up a couple steps. The pass is already out because Haliburton is such a good processor, and he hits the three. And this is the type of effort that really impressed me in this game. Of course, he had 12 rebounds, and again, not all these were just uncontested. He's grabbing the boards and he's getting free, he's getting clean and getting out running. No, he's the first person here to put a body on Mitchell Robinson, right? He gets some help from Andrew Nembhard. He still gets a tough contested rebound. And now, again, in transition, embodying the team, embodying who he is, telling Aaron Nesmith what lane he needs to be in because he knows he's going to be open. Telling him to fill the lane correctly. He gets to the wing, an easy pass. He gets the right pass. He misses, gets the offensive rebound, and another great assist to Tony Bradley in the paint. All right, so another sustained defensive sequence by Tyrese Haliburton. Got 2 of his 4 steals here. Gets the steal right there in the passing lane. Gives it back to Pascal Siakam, and he dunks it through. Then we got him against Mikal Bridges, who he was checking all night. Did a fairly good job. Mikal got his fair share of shots to go in, but I feel like Tyrese competed. And here gets another steal in the pass lane, just anticipating where Mikal is going to go. but this time it doesn't lead to a basket. All right, shitter pays go to the 77 action again. Got Ben Shepherd and Miles Turner both setting those screens. He gets out of it, and Tyrese Haliburton just uses the ball fakes to get into the paint. All right, so here the Pacers go to blind pick action. Blind pick action is a dribble handoff used to combat denied defenses. So in the event that the person you're trying to pass to is being denied the basketball super high, which Tyrese Haliburton is off the screen here, and you see Mikal Bridges is trying to play that super high, somebody, usually a big man, will flash under the denying defender, and it's a dribble handoff under the denying defender. So blind pick is just a dribble handoff under a denying defender. So they get it into Miles Turner. The usual blind pick will have Tyrese Haliburton coming on this side, and Miles Turner just setting that screen there so he can either get this pull-up three or drive past Karl-Anthony Towns. They try to go over there. Mikal Bridges plays it nice, so they just get into a regular pick and roll. Great angle on the screen here by Miles Turner, so Mikal Bridges can get off him, and he can get a clear runway to Karl-Anthony Towns, and he pulls up for the mid-range. And this is what I was talking about with them taking advantage and poking at the Knicks not wanting Jalen Brunson on Tyrese Haliburton. Like, it just caused so many other things to get open, but even just like the mentality of Brunson on the defense side of the ball, even in with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, you would just think like he would just guard. But Obi Toppin sets a phenomenal goal screen. So he comes up again. They don't want Brunson on Haliburton. So if somebody screens or try to get Brunson switched on him, he's gonna hedge. And if somebody is screening Jalen Brunson, they want them to switch. And the thing I love about goal screens is that it makes the defense think one thing when another thing is happening. So he thinks that this screen is going to be set and that Deuce McBride is going to come up here and he's going to switch on a Tyrese Haliburton. But because it's a goal screen, you see Obi Toppin comes up and then he goes. Jalen Brunson was already anticipating the switch happening, not wanting to guard Tyrese Haliburton, gives him the space for a deep three. And again, we got Tyrese Haliburton competing on the defense side of the ball, using that wingspan and that anticipation, getting the steal and the save. All right, so the Pacers go to 77 action again. Of course, you got the two screens, Aaron Nesmith with the first one, Miles Turner with the second one. But what happens on this one, right? Jalen Brunson is going to jump up for 1 second. He's going to jump all the way back. Him nor Karl-Anthony Towns gives any help to Mikal Bridges on his pick and roll. He can 100% be better at screen navigation, but neither Jalen Brunson or Karl-Anthony Towns does anything until it's too late. Tyrese Haliburton walks into the paint and gets a layup. All right, so here the Pacers are only going to set one screen. We got Andrew Nembhard, who's being guarded by Jalen Brunson. He's going to set this screen and try to poke at the Knicks not wanting Brunson on Haliburton. So what he's going to do is he's going to hedge. And as he hedges, we got both Knicks players for just a split second, both focus on Tyrese Haliburton. So Jalen Brunson is focused on hedging so Mikal Bridges can get back, and Mikal Bridges is focused on getting back. In that split second, that means Andrew Nembhard has a window to be open. Tyrese Haliburton hits that window, perfect timing. Andrew Nembhard punctures the paint, gets it out to Siakam, and hits a three. And if you were a screener for Tyrese Haliburton in this game and you had Jalen Brunson or Karl-Anthony Towns on you, all you had to do was make the slightest contact to Mikal Bridges to get him lagging behind just one step, and you were good, because Jalen Brunson was not going to provide any help. Karl-Anthony Towns was not going to provide any help. And Tyrese Haliburton was just able to walk past everybody and get to the rim. And for the last clip, the Pacers are going to go to the play that sealed the deal for them in this game. They're going to go to blob triple stagger with a pop option by Obi Toppin. Blob is just an acronym for baselines out of bounds. So, of course, they're on a baseline. And stagger screens are the same off-ball screen set with just a little bit of space in between them. So, Andrew Nembhard is going to set this screen. Pascal Siakam is going to set that screen. Obi Toppin is going to set that screen. They all set the same screen, and of course, they're just a little spaced out. So Aaron Nesmith is going to come off all three of these screens to the corner. Tyrese Haliburton is going to look for him, but then Obi Toppin is going to pop free right here, and Tyrese Haliburton puts the ball on him, and he hits a three. But that is a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone that you can. Let's read out there a little bit more, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.